Hello, everyone. Schoolhouse Intuitive Tarot. Thanks for tuning in. I'm here with a November monthly reading for all placements of Libra. Everyone here is welcome. Pardon me. Some common themes here. First out, you have scarab. So the scarab beetle is here. It always reminds me of the Phoenix Rising kind of energy. And this is about transformation, nourishment, transformation, all that. Let's see what else we have. So there are about 4 weeks in November, so we could kind of break it down into that. So we'll just see what we get as far as timing. Timing is always kind of a hard thing to predict, you know. All right, scales, justice, documents. You know, it is the 11th month, and 11 has to do with justice, right? Libra card in the major arcana. And what else do we have? It's cold over here today, so I had to bundle up. Got my big hoodie on, all right? So. Oh, we have a couple more cards. 3 fell out, actually, onto the table. I heard lights, camera, action. All right, so you have an envelope here on some sort of a surprise, something maybe unfolding, some sort of news unfolding. You may be getting word on something. Maybe it has to do with this legal stuff, perhaps, if some of you do have legal stuff. You know what? I know what it is. In the U.S., it's the election. That could possibly be what it is. And I'm not here to make any predictions about that, okay? And we have moose with acceptance. And with the moose here, you'll notice the lovely antlers here. Those are acting as though they are antennae. So they're really, there's this, like an eccentric energy, but it's super intuitive and very receptive. Maybe you yourself are feeling more receptive as far as the messages you're getting. And then you have key. Unlock, lock with key. By the way, this is the Coffee Cup Oracle. I don't know if it's in print anymore. You'd have to look at that for yourself. But anyway, all right. So there's the one deck here. So scarab, scales, envelope, moose, and key. Like overall, I just heard something about money. So you could be unlocking some sort of new resources or something to do with the material world in November. Let's see what we get, though. I want to tune in a whole lot more. So, I'll look over whatever needs to come out. We'll get you sort of like 4 main themes if we can, 3 to 5 anyway. And then, kind of like how we can, some sort of maybe energy that's working in your favor, something that could be blocking in some way. And I always get an animal card, angel numbers, angel messages, as well as messages relating to career, abundance in general, and love. So I'm using this new deck. Tarot Techa Studio makes it on there, and you'd have to go to their website for it, but it's the Four Tails Tarot. It's a major arcana deck. And what I like about it is it has the major arcana 4 times by different artists. So looks like we actually drew one from each artist as well as an additional one from this artist. So that's really going to be cool. Funny, we're getting 5s here. So this could certainly be, 55, making me think of transformation. I wanted 4 and I got 5 from the first deck. I wanted 4 and I got 5 from this one. You could find yourself, you're wanting 4 of something and you get 5, never know. Then you have the world card first out here. So the world card with that scarab beetle. Now, I don't know, you probably couldn't see it, but the lights just came on very bright in my studio here. And that will happen. The things happen with the electricity, the lights. I've had it checked out. It's nothing wrong with the electricity. It's just the way the energy is around here. So, but I wish you could see it because of the studio lighting. You might not be able to see it. But when I put this world card out here, it got so bright in here. So I can't wait to see what that's all about. There's like a lot going on, particularly in the beginning of the month, but this can also sort of be the whole flavor of the month overall. That first card out when I'm doing a reading like this. So let's see what else we have. You have the Hermit card, and this is Virgo energy. So a bit of a time for reflection and things. And I'm getting like some of you are on your way somewhere. There's something about you maybe traveling in November. I'm not sure exactly when it could be, but there's I'm getting like your patience being tested, or you're tempted by something too coming up in November. Let me see what else we get. Butterfly, they're telling me butterfly effects, like there's something about that. You have the Chariot card here. It did come out kind of in the reverse, And this is about this is underneath that envelope unfolding surprise. So I'm almost wondering, it could involve Cancerian energy, but it can also be something about, um, maybe not being able to go forward with something, or maybe losing focus coming in, somewhere around that second, third week of November here. But there could be, I'm also hearing uproar. There could be some sort of uproar coming in. It could have to do with, news that we learn about, or that you in particular learn about. So I just want you to be mindful of that. It's going to vary. This is a general reading. Here's the disclaimer: only take what resonates. You know best. These are for entertainment and hopefully maybe some spiritual assistance, but I'm not a professional in any other way with regard to the channel. Anyway, death card. I do have to remind people of that sometimes. Okay, so the death card here, again, transformation, another great card of transformation. And it's accepting the end of something. It's accepting the fact that life comes in stages. This could pertain to some sort of loss that you experienced or do experience, not an actual death. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, metaphorically speaking, some sort of death, transformation. Rebirth comes with the death, though. You'll notice there's a star overhead here. And I feel like that you were prepared for this, or maybe you're preparing for a transformation in some kind. And like I said, it's coming right under that acceptance with the moose. And trying to get the lighting right. Here we go. So it does come with that acceptance, that moose card. And it's just something, I'm also getting kind of a different personalities, like really very different personalities. There's like a polarity here, that there's some sort of divide. So there is that energy too. And then you have the Hanged Man here with key. So kind of being something is just sort of like, I'm getting that is something about drifting too. And sort of feeling as though, well, I don't need to guess. Let's get some cards on that. All right. So with the World card in the beginning here, let's clarify that and see. I heard Catalina. And okay, so the Fool card. So you have the Fool and the World. So overall transformation here. You have the Scarab Beetle transformation. Some of you are rising to the top. You are rising up. And they just told me like cream rises to the top. So like you're that cream. You're awesome. You're the best part of everything, right? This is what they're saying. So remember, in other words, it's like remember how awesome you really are. Some of you may have lost sight of that. There could have been some, things that happened in the last couple of months that have really kind of maybe distracted you or set you off course there. Anyway, the World card, though, you have this, and then the Fool, you have this new cycle coming in. So one door closes, another one opens. Sure thing. That's kind of what life's about in a lot of ways. But then we have the Scales here, the Hermit, the Chariot. So something will move forward, but it's almost like it moves forward when you yourself are clear. You may need to be getting some documents in order. There could be something too. I mean, it's justice, and this is coming in like the first, second week of November here. Again, if you're from the US, it can have to do with some political things too here, but we have moving forward in a direction. Now, I don't have a feeling as far as what kind of direction just yet. We'll certainly be clarifying. Let's get more information on. Remember, now you have the Chariot twice, and it is about the second. It's somewhere in that first, second, third week. Again, timing. I don't even know why I give times, because everybody's on a different timeline, and things can change. And no tarot is set in stone anyway. So, all right, and then oh my goodness, and then you have Justice again. So you have this. As I started out with 11 Justice card, one of the first things I said, you have the scales here, the Libra scales with the word justice. And then here you have again, justice, the actual card of justice coming out. So there is something in the balance here. I was getting something about something hanging in the balance. I wonder if it's going to be some sort of delay to some sort of world news that we're all waiting on, if you know what I mean. And so there could be something like that coming in. And it's interesting because whatever this unfolding surprises, and the Chariot, the Hermit, no, you have two Chariots and then two Justices, and they're working together, and they're sort of this, like, they're showing me like an X I just heard X marks the spot. So they're actually, I honestly don't like political stuff on this channel, but I do feel I'm picking up on election political stuff here, and it makes complete sense as far as where it's falling in this reading. And so I kind of like, it's like I can't overlook it when they're giving me stuff so clearly here. And again, there is this sort of like I said, this, I was getting like opposing sides and something kind of hanging in the balance. So take that for what you think it might mean, right? Use your own intuition with these readings always, and with your own life. And then, the fact that it's like something unfolding, I mean, it's like, oh, and then justice in the Chariot. I mean, come on, it's clearly with more justice and documents here in this card. So I think it does have to do with possibly some political stuff. So, I mean, how could it not, right? At some point in these readings, that stuff might come up because that is a part of our daily lives for some. All right. And then you have the Devil paired with that Death card. So take what you will of that if you're curious about how things might go. We have, like maybe an end to some negativity or some old attachments anyway. There's some sort of like just like accepting things for what they are. Just saw 1111 on the timer. I love that. It makes me want to ring a bell. Cover your ears, all right? There we go, ringing a bell. When I see 1111 on this channel, I'm going to ring the bell, okay? So this could be some sort of divine timing. Could be good news for some of us, depending on what you're wanting out of your life for November. But there is this like, there's something. These cards are they are interesting, and I don't generally have decks that are quite like this. I have one that's like Into the Abyss or something, but it's all black and white, and this one is very. It's as though I'm actually hearing something about like a prescription or a scripture or something being transcribed. Interesting. Somebody's getting to the heart of the matter of something, putting something to rest, getting to the heart of the matter. Somebody's not folding under pressure. I'm hearing that too. So, this could be you. So we have now Capricorn and Scorpio energy coming in with these two cards. Whoa, I'm not sure 100% on what that means yet. Okay, well, never 100%, right? No tarot reader is 100%. Bottom of the deck, I happen to look, and look, we have a third Justice card here on the table for November. So, so something that may have been like, you're hanging in the balance. You'll notice this has to do about hanging. This has to do with hanging. They're kind of suspended in air. These people are suspended in air, almost on this, like, what is it? A baby thing that goes above their head, the crib, the mobile, the little thing that, no, that's Jack in the Box. Anyway, I don't have babies, but it's like, the thing, it's like we're watching something unfold. I feel like a lot of us were watching something unfold, but it's like not just on a global level, it's in our own personal lives too. There's something here I'm actually getting blister in the sun. There's a song, Blister in the Sun. Is it Violent Femmes or what is it? Anyway, they're giving me that. They're giving me like lyrics to the song Blister in the Sun. So, maybe look up those lyrics after this reading or now, whenever you feel like it. But it's by the Violent Femmes, and it's something like, when I'm walking, I strut my stuff, and then I'm so strung out. Like, this is about kind of knowing something or someone is the one, because I'm reminded of the lyrics right now, and they just keep giving me like, when I'm a walking, I strut my stuff, and I'm so strung out, I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check you out. So then it's like, let me go on, let me go on, let me go on. So some of you may be cutting somebody loose, honestly. Maybe they left you hanging in the balance. Maybe you felt something wasn't unfair. It's just, it is what it is, like with this song, and then the lyrics they gave me, and how they're, and as far as like, you'll be high as a kite. This is like, you're going to be happy when this decision is made, even if it's not something that is necessarily happy itself. It's almost like happy to have that closure, happy to have been able to lock that door and close the door and lock it in order to open a new lock, unlock something better. So you're unlocking something better with this key card and this beautiful justice card. For the third time now, you have justice. I mean, this is incredible. So after a wait of some kind, or just having to really kind of hang in something maybe too long that you didn't want to have to be in, but ultimately this is going to lead to your growth here, and you being able to manifest what it is you want in your life. But now I want to get some divine direction oracle cards here. Oh, divine direction by Maruka X. Okay. Sometimes I won't be listing the readings outright, so you're going to need to just listen for it in the video. If you're curious, do what you want. All right, what do we have? We have 3 things here. Manifestation, summer, and foggy. All right, what's foggy? Something to do with your home could be foggy. All right, something to do with your home. Manifestation. So you're manifesting rapidly. Your dreams and goals are becoming a reality. Stay focused. And that's why you have those 2 chariots here, and you have all of these scales with justice. It's like remain balanced as much as you possibly can. All right. So we're trying to use our own ability to tap into all of our resources. Resources meaning really anything that you can utilize to your advantage in some way to help you get to where you need to be or want to be. So there's some sort of magical, I'm getting a magical like sort of opening, and you'll see on the scarab beetle there, the wings are unfolding here, they're opening. And what is that? It looks like a sapphire, I'm getting lake energy, something about a lake. Okay, so it could be name or it could be lake. It's like a lake. And okay, and then I didn't even think of that when I said this, but I was getting it beforehand. But then you have summer here. So this is about what you seek will find you in the summertime, or maybe you started something in the summertime. All right. And so this is like, it's a time of joy, happiness, no hiding. Things are out in the open here. Think sun card. All right. And that has to do with it's right underneath that scales of justice here. Okay, just saw 1717. Now that's double star energy, right? 17 is the star card. So we have I'm just getting something about 2 powers that be. Oh yeah, funny, they're trying to bring me back to the election. All right, and we're not doing that here. So all right, I invite other energy in at this point. It's not political. Okay, so foggy. Things look a bit foggy now. Yeah. Well, that's what's happening here in November. There's going to be like this foggy period, some sort of delay. Some of us kind of just, you might be waiting to hear about if your plans are moving forward, if you can take some sort of trip. You might be waiting to hear about a decision being made in some sort of legal form regarding you or something larger than you that, we're all connected to. But the truth is being distorted in some way. So there's like this proceed with caution. We're not seeing everything for what it is. All right. There's going to be a period almost where we're hanging in that balance, I'm feeling, and then the fog will be lifted. Okay. And then the fog will be lifted. And so, and then we're followed by that acceptance card with moose and with the death card. Okay. As well as the devil card after that. So putting an end to, there's something here about actually negative self-talk, self-harm type things, where you're not talking nicely about yourself, whatever. There's an end to that, a stop to that. I'm getting like an intolerance to that. Fertility here coming through on top of that. So it's like putting an end to what needs to be stopped in your life. This can certainly be an intimate relationship for sure. This could be that. But this is a perfect time to start new projects, fall in love with the real deal kind of thing, change jobs, give birth to a new abundant life. I'm going to tell you, this is quite a mixture of energy here for November. I don't know if it's because of the decks I chose today or what, but this is, we might be in for a little bit of a bumpy ride, There's yeah. So we'll just, we're gonna see. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but hey, life's life, right? We have bumpy rides all the time. Get better tires. No, I'm just kidding. No. And then you have travel, speaking of tires. So towards the end of the month, this makes total sense. We do have some travel coming in, and this could certainly have to do with, holidays starting up here in the US. There's a strong desire to travel and explore the world, actually. And then remember, we go right back to that world card. So we start out, we've put something to bed, we've locked the door, we're unlocking a new door, and maybe it means we need to go to a new place. Maybe it's our higher calling. Maybe we need to ascend spiritually. Maybe that's the place, like a spiritually, emotionally place or something. Or maybe it's like I'm getting calmer waters. So maybe think Six of Swords, moving to calmer waters. This is just a really interesting, a very interesting reading. I almost feel like I'm going to need to do a second November reading because this is sort of like a preview almost. I feel like, I don't know. I just kind of am like, wow, really? This is going to be pretty intense. Maybe I just don't want to admit that, hey, it's going to be pretty intense, but we'll get some other cards in here and add a little more like color to the table. That might actually help with some of this energy. But that fog, remember, so that fog clears and then you can set sail. All right. So remember, you've got the fog clearing, set sail, and remember, it's tied into that news, that surprise, something lucky, something happy may actually come in. I love these cards, by the way. These are great Oracle cards. Divine Direction Oracle by Maruka X. Yeah, these are really, they're great. I don't know how else to say it. I don't say that about all of my decks. I appreciate all of them, but some are better than others. And this is a pretty good one, I must say. So that fog lifts and you're able to go. So if something was delayed, now you're able to move forward with it. By the time I'm actually getting like by December, I don't have an actual, this is the exact date, of course, but there's what else there, I really want to know. I'm going to go into the Madame and Dora's fortune telling cards now. Madame and Dora's fortune telling cards. I'm just hearing something about Lake Mississippi. I don't know. All right. And then you have the Griffin here, honor and good luck. All right. So that is coming in. And but that came in, I'm getting something about a U-turn. Like you're going to need to make a U-turn though for that to happen, because it did come in reverse and I heard U-turn. And so this could be about you literally turning your own luck so that it now works in your favor. That can be, you have on the bottom here, the Knight, again, in reverse. And so this is about triumph over adversity. Again, in order to you may need to make a U-turn, you may need to change direction, but there's some level also of acceptance here. Okay, there's something a little bit that's more having to accept what you've been served, they're giving me. So this now, when you think of someone being served, it could be legal stuff. Maybe you're accepting a verdict, or it could be just something being delivered, what you've been given. Something could happen, so a delivery, literally a delivery. You could, be given an offer, delivered an offer by a company or something, and you are like, I'm going to need to turn that down. If it's, again, you might be changing plans. So I just, and the lights just came on very brightly again. So what happened is they were really bright when I pulled out that world card earlier in the reading. Then they kind of like went down a little bit at some point. And now that I'm saying this right now, they're going really bright again. And that kind of tells me that I'm on the right track, especially when we have that foggy card. And then I start talking about you changing plans, changing directions, making your own luck, honoring and committing to yourself, and maybe also even, how to get your victory, maybe changing plans or just not accepting less than best for yourself. That's when the lights came on again, like, boom, you've got it. That's right. That's exactly right. So again, you make your own choices. You have free will, final say. All right. And these are general. Please remember, I know sometimes they get so specific, they can feel personal, but please remember, they are general. All right. Now, what else do we have? The Shield in reverse. I think the whole deck is in reverse, honestly, but that's fine. That's just the way it is. And I'm going to read them in reverse too. So you're safe from harm here. So, but this has to do with, you're safe from harm, but there's a need to get real about something and accept something for what it is. And it could be that transformation. It could also be facing addiction. It could be facing negative thought patterns. It could be facing whatever and whoever's in your life that is not helping you on your spiritual path, on your journey towards your life mission. Okay, so there is something here about that, about needing to really, part of it is going within that Hermit card here, okay, in order to really like balance things out, because some of you may have people in your ear, and if you follow that, that could actually really change your path and maybe not the way you want it to. So making sure that you're really being your own higher guidance here. What else do we have? I'd like to let's get an Earth Magic card here by Stephen D. Farmer. What else? What else? What else? Oh, okay. Autumnal equinox release. All right. So, yeah. Look at how it nicely falls into the background. And it disappeared. Yeah. So again, this is accepting things for what they are and being ready to release any of that stuck energy. Again, that's when you have that death and that level together. This can certainly be about not wanting to have to, put an end to something, but needing to. It's almost like if you don't do it, the universe is going to step in with that tower. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a tower at some point. Now that I said that, because it's, again, this is about being accepting that, and being and accepting that sort of support that may be coming in a higher way too, for some of you, like, from spirit or guides, vision quest. Yeah, some of you have had this vision for yourselves for quite some time. It just hasn't been like the right energy. Things just haven't really totally aligned yet for you. But again, they're telling me, get quiet, go within, and that's when you're actually going to see the most. You're literally going to have like visions, some of you, about where things need to go and exactly what it is you need to release. You may discover that it's someone in your group that you just have had this feeling about, or that you suddenly realize, oh, that's what their motive was. And then it's like maybe not aligning with what you thought. So there could be something about that. And then you have submerged here, the iceberg. Some of you, there's I'm getting like sort of a 10 of Wands energy, where you're putting down that extra responsibility maybe that you've been shouldering. Maybe you're just like, you're seeing, I get that you're like on the precipice of something changing. There's sort of a breakthrough for you, and and then you see another way, and a part of it has to do with that release and you staying true to how you see things and how you want things to go. That's enough from that deck for now, it sounds like. All right. I would like to no, this keeps coming out now. Okay, karma, DNA karma wanted to come out. I tried to put the deck down, and this card kept going like this to me, like pushing itself towards me. So if you've watched the channel, sometimes things move on their own. And thank you to that very observant viewer who picked that up in one of the readings recently, where the entire deck moved on the table. I hadn't even noticed, as I generally am looking this way, and the deck was over here that moved. So yeah, I'm looking at the camera to make sure everything's right, and I guess a deck actually moved on its own. And then when I saw it, I was like, what? So that was really awesome. And thanks again to the person who pointed that out. So you know who you are. But anyway, so this really wanted to come out. So something wants to come out. The truth wants to come out. The truth wants to come out about a certain situation or a person or a pattern, so that you can clear it up and release it. So if, that's just, again, it's going to mean different things for different, but it has to do with your overall healing, not just for you, for future generations, because, well, and also this is about you realizing that the karmic debt or whatever of others, the karma of others connected to you is not yours to carry. It is not for you to bear. Remember, I did say something about that breakthrough. Okay, now the lights just went down again. All right, so this is, again, I'm on the right track here with this. But there's like ultimate healing here, because when you're realizing that you are not, that you can let that go, and doesn't have to be a part of your story anymore, woven into your fabric any longer, then you can really move forward. That's only then can you really get to that next level. That could really be what's stopping some of us from moving forward. That could be what's keeping some things foggy, so just, remember with DNA too, that it just implies cause and effect, really. So it's sort of like an implied code of ethics. having to do again with like cycles of birth, death, rebirth. And it's about us sort of experiencing our lives in different versions. And it's not some kind of punishment. All right. It's actually, it's in its purest form. It's about the conduct in this lifetime determining what it'll be in our next, or maybe the conduct in our previous lifetime, brings us to this point. But again, it can have to do with our ancestors too. It's not just us. So this is about, seeing two intertwined serpents here with the double helixes on either side. It's about, sort of a representation of that. It's sort of a representation of the different, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's cause and effect, but there's something here about how these like kind of DNA codes are passed down from ancestors. And so we have some genetic information, but we don't have, that's not all of us. Like we're not an exact copy of our ancestors, right? So that's how we get these like sort of intertwined serpents here. And it's a graphic representation of ancient ancestry. Okay. And it's our DNA. It's the fundamental substance of life itself. That's what provides a substantial determination of our own life path. All right. That's what kind of, it's not that it's everything. It's hard. I'm not really here to give a Dharma talk here, right, on karma and all that, but while the DNA you inherited from your parents has a physical component, there's also a soul pattern that comes together in the creation of you. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. But it's not like, so you're predisposed to follow some karmic patterning, but as you evolve in your own consciousness and you expand the light of awareness, you make your own choices that can shift and modify that ancestral design. That's what I'm getting at. Okay. And so this could be one of those times where you feel something tugging at you, right? And it could be, your higher self that's contradicting familial patterns, right? And so this is about you knowing you have that choice, all right? That you have like no matter what's happened, because of your own human consciousness and development as your own soul, you have some say in this, all right? So in a sense, it's like it's a choice between your own destiny and fate, right? So that's what we get from that. And thank you to Stephen D. Farmer for explaining it in the booklet too, to some degree, for us, because I needed to look into that a little bit, because it's not, it can be a difficult concept to understand in some ways. All right, so let's see, especially when we're talking about destiny and fate, and there's confusion there too for a lot of people. I do want to get some clarifying cards though. I think I am still going to use this Four Tails. All right, let's see what else we have. What other sort of patterns could emerge, themes could emerge, anything that we need to, like what could help us? What's something that can help us? It's going to be either a block or a blessing. So they're telling me right now, they're going to give me either a block or a blessing for each of these rows. So you have the world when it comes to manifestation. And guess what? The world and the Fool. And on top of it, you have the world. So again, that block, the blessing is that new cycle. The blessing is that you have the resources. The blessing is your experience. There's a lot to be said about your experience in this world and how much you have to offer and what you bring to the table. So as you transform, remember, you're not just starting from scratch, right? And remember that as you're manifesting, okay? And this is about just staying focused and make sure that you know exactly where your energy is going. I just saw 3333. All right. So maybe you're seeing, quadruple threes or threes in general here. But I just love how they kind of are like, no, I'm repeating what I already told you. You have the world. And then on top of that, it's the world. So like make what you will with it. I just love how these readings work. But it's that transformation and you doing things that nourish and support that transformation and that new cycle, that huge new cycle that you're bringing in. And with the Fool card here, again, that's like, it's reminding you that there were a lot of lessons along the way, but we're not bogged down by all that, right? We travel lightly here as the Fool, and we have to go at this new cycle with fresh eyes and fresh energy and fresh insight. All right. This is truly, if we're truly going to have that new beginning, we can't keep doing the same. right? Or by doing, I mean thinking. Thinking is also doing, right? So we may need to change. Especially, I'm thinking, with that death card and the devil, we really do need to change some of our own uh, behaviors, including thinking negative self things, in order to really have that brand new cycle. It's like they're wanting to give us this brand new opportunity. All right, strength card. Yeah. But I do get, again, things are going to be tested. Something could definitely come in that does not seem fair. And that's coming in as well this month, that there could be some sort of shakeup, some sort of, I'm getting somebody even kind of, you may have somebody in your energy or something, or we'll see somebody that's like kind of losing it. Like, they lose their temper or something, as far as like, maybe even on social media or whatever. So it's just, something else could come out, and then you have the devil again, and there it is. I mean, it's the same kind of thing. It's like, it's really kind of unbelievable. We are getting the same cards over and over. We now have two devils, two justice, three justice, two world cards, two chariots. I mean, what is it we're moving on from? Who are we moving on from? What's trying to get a hold of us and prevent us from our double chariot here energy about our moving forward? Okay, making sure that you yourself aren't keeping yourself stuck, submerged underwater, right? Making sure you're not doing that. Yeah, you have another strength card, so double strength, double strength, double strength, double Leo energy now, double Cancerian energy, double Capricorn energy, triple Libra energy. All right. So we have the strength card, but there's a different card. That's the thing, is this person actually, I feel as though they actually have way more control in this card. This one, it's like kind of like this is the other thing. Let people talk. If they want to talk, let them talk. If they want to throw a little fit, let them throw their fit. But you're above that. You're beyond that. That's not your focus. And I'm getting like, you will not be sidetracked. Because let's remember where these two came out. They came out on top of these chariot cards. Okay, so whatever was trying to slow your chariot or prevent it, you actually have the two strength cards right on top of it. And it's 7 and 8 in tarot. So you go from the 7 to the 8. All right. Just like you go from the world to the Fool and then the World. So it's like completing cycles, multiple cycles, big cycles. This is huge transformation. Okay. Maybe that's why I felt drawn to use an all major arcana deck with 4 versions of the cards in this one deck, because it does feel like it's a big shift. It feels like it's a huge shift for individuals and maybe the world. There's something in November, and I'm not an astrologer, but I did hear something about maybe something planetarily happening between the 19th and the 20th of November, and this new energy that's going to be coming in. It could be old energy. I don't know. You'd have to check out some astrology. I recommend Pam Gregory. She's good at explaining some things. Or Lady Lada Duncheva, or Astrolata. You could look that up. It's the same person. But anyway, yeah, I would check out those three channels by 2 different people for astrology. I'll have to listen because I'm not 100% sure on what that is, but there is something big, and I think it does have to do with our destiny here, and really real major change, and that doesn't have to be a bad thing, right? Major change can be a great thing for a lot of us, and it all depends on what we're focusing on too, as far as where we end up. So that's why it's very important to remember to keep focused on what it is that we want and stay strong. That's what we're getting with this double. This is all about victory and direction and determination and willpower, right? With both of these, with this chariot card and the strength card. And sometimes you don't need to fight in a battle to win. Okay, you don't have to actively fight. Sometimes the best thing you can do is watch things, see things how they play out, and keep your thoughts positive, and keep yourself on the right track and focused, and hold yourself in high regard, and let other people do what they may. Let them have their little moment and their little maybe a decision happens and somebody's not happy, the other party's not happy, as far as like if you have something going on legally or something, you maybe you're having, then you're going to maybe be dealing with somebody's sort of the aftermath of that or something. But I am kind of getting that energy, like almost like somebody doesn't get their way, and then it's like kind of it affects us in some way. You'll know if it's your reading or not, obviously. And what else do we have here for this? We have the Hanged Man in reverse. So now we have double Hanged Man energy. And it's this one, this time though, it's in reverse. And that has to do, again, this has to do with that. Some people, even though they're doing like their spiritual practices and things, they are not people that you necessarily would want to take advice from. So these are like the people that almost use like spirituality as a way to make themselves look better and act like, what is the expression, holier than thou. So you want to be mindful of that. There could be a little bit of something coming in November where it's like someone's like preaching something to you or trying to convince you of something, and it's wrong, and then you might be tempted to listen, and then you're like, wait, let me get this perspective here, because at first maybe you didn't see that about this person or situation, and now you see it so clearly. So there could just be, there's something here coming in as far as that, where I'm actually hearing something about like habits. And so it could have to do with the living situation too. But there's something about like, just because somebody has that time out and that time to reflect and become enlightened, even if they say that's what they're working on, that does not mean that they are then, healed, enlightened, whatever. Okay. And so in other words, don't let people come in and try to fool you. You know what I mean? There's something here about someone trying to fool you into believing that there's something that they're not, that they're somehow better than you. All right. And this is all their ego that's driving this. Okay. So, maybe you're even coming across some sort of spiritual advisor or leader or something who's trying to, I don't want to say manipulate, but maybe they just don't even know themselves very well. So who knows? I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But anyway, that's something that could be a surprise, something that's unfolding. We could see a spiritual leader or somebody claiming who they were one thing, and we find out they're not. Like it could be this time, somebody being called out in the media or something for, they were this leader of this or that, and I just had the lights come on really bright, and I heard a click when it happened. So we could just have something else major come out, and it might be more about like spirituality this time or something, or someone who claims to be very spiritual. And I don't know. There's something there, that somebody acting as though their perspective is better than yours or ours or whatever in some way, and then it comes to the surface that no, actually, that's like, it was false, they're fake or something. So I don't know. Oh my gosh, we might just have some more things exposed here in November. Deep breaths, people. And there it is. Remember I said we would have a tower, and remember I said that it would be death and the devil. With it, I said, if we don't change the things we need to change, and we don't accept things the way they are, right, accept certain things that need to change or whatever, or see things clearly for people, we will experience a tower moment. And that's so funny, because it's the same exact deck out of the odds of that happening are not great, to have three cards from the same quarter of the deck, and they're all speaking to each other. It's like you have this death card transformation. It's involving this sort of like devil-like energy here. And then because we don't face it ourselves, deal with it, put something to bed, or we're not willing to change, or others aren't willing to change, or they're not willing to change their behavior, they crumble. There's something here that comes in then from the universe, from spirit, from the world, whatever. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, somebody actually could be losing the support of others too, because with, like I said, with that sort of like, leader energy, if say it's, I don't know, I feel like I'm tapping into so many global things in this reading. It's like unreal. And I don't know, again, if it's because of the decks I'm using, or if that's just straight up the energy, but I think it's straight up the energy, because nothing here is by accident. Okay. It may not always relate to you personally, but nothing's an accident here. It's not coincidence. So, there is something here coming in. It's going to shift a lot, and it could have a huge effect on us. And I don't see it as a bad thing. You know, I see it as a necessary change so that we can all grow, so that we can all have this. It's, you know, it says it's fertility. That's what's on top of this. And again, I'm getting kind of peacock energy. It's almost like someone's pride and ego got in the way of something in your life, perhaps, and they're going to get that justice because you actually are the one who's making these changes. If you know, if that's the way you decide to go, because I feel like some of you, it's just been such a long time coming, you know, for whatever this is. And we just had a reading recently, Libra, where it was about, hey, I don't know who was silly enough to mess with a Libra, but that wasn't good. You know, that wasn't a mistake they should have made, that kind of thing. So I am kind of getting that for some of you, for some of us, okay? That whatever it is you've been dealing with, look at this person, they're like, yeah, well, I just let it all unfold, and yeah, and look what happened. See how, remember the unfold, the envelope? It's sort of like letting things unfold, but that doesn't mean you're doing nothing. What you're doing is you're keeping your own self on track with those chariots, and you're staying strong and holding firm to your beliefs with those strength cards, right? And you're not afraid to face this devil energy here. You're not backing down, and you absolutely will cut something or someone out of your life, metaphorically speaking, that's just going to be more of the same negativity, low vibe energy, right? And then they have their tower moment when you decide, it's not, that's not how it's going to work anymore, right? So I get that this could be a crumbling of a system too, of some kind, in work or otherwise in some area of your life, or I guess in our lives too, as a world. But yeah, this is that, and then comes that fertility, that now your projects can soar. That's how then we lead back to this. That's how you then lock a door, right? And you unlock, and that's how you move forward. That's how we're moving forward, by doing that, by letting go of that you know, generational karma, or whatever we want to call it, ancestral wounding, healing, whatever. You know, we're letting go of that, and that's going to set us free. That's what sets us free and gets. I'm getting kind of like setting that wheel in motion, you know, because then what do you have? You have the World card, the Fool, and the World card. So it just goes right back. And it's just like, you know, again, that process of we're starting right out again, that whole, the major transformation in life is the death and birth, death and birth, death and birth, you know, that cycle just repeating over and over and over, right? So yeah, we picked up on a lot here, major stuff here for November. I mean, I don't know, you know, and then, yeah, you get to move forward here. Now let's get a final card on this change here. Oh my goodness, you have your third Chariot. So now we have triple sevens in our reading. So 777 as usual, right? And there it is. I mean, there it is. And I love, actually, out of all the Chariots, I like this one the best. And you know why? Because it's clearly moving forward. And the reason I say that is, look how it is so much closer to, you know, the camera, if you will. You know, there, it's in the foreground. You know, it's there, it is right there. And the others are kind of like, we started out with this one, and it looked like they weren't quite organized or ready. Things weren't necessarily in order. Maybe there wasn't clarity yet. And then we have this one, where that's kind of where it fell under the sort of like fogginess a little bit, and a little more clarity, though, like things are heading in the right direction, and then boom. And then you end up with this third Chariot here, triple Cancerian energy too, where where whoever's in that seat, who's driving that Chariot, has everything in order now. Look at how the horses are in unison here, and look at how that person is commanding, you know, where this Chariot is going. And I feel and then look at how now we have the blue skies and all that, and we have sort of the clouds in the background, and it's just, there it is. That's that new cycle. It brings me, this top part here makes me think of the World, which you have, you know, you have two World cards here. So something is meant to shift. It's time for it to shift. I'm getting some Empress vibes here off this World card, and then we're wow. This is going to be a different new time for us anyway. Yeah. So I wanted to get, you know, cards about money, career, love. I can get you a couple of fortune cookies here. Now I do a career and money reading every month for you, so you'll want to check that out for more insight into money stuff. And I also, in my weekly readings, which I post every Sunday right now anyway, every Sunday morning, New York time, I do post those every week, and I give a little glimpse into money. So between those, 5 kinds of readings, you should be able to see that. So we have perseverance and opportunities. Yeah, again, your strength, those double strength cards, your perseverance here, your will is what's going to pave the way. Your will paves the way. All right. That's what happens there with these opportunities. Okay. So you could feel like you're getting nowhere, but there are wonderful changes ahead, new cycles, double world energy, triple world energy, no, double. And just as like, don't give up, stay in there, because there are exciting times. There's plenty of action coming our way. And then also on the card, I just want to tell you, they say something about a stranger maybe changing your life, and also maybe a special family reunion, which, could be Thanksgiving for those who celebrate Thanksgiving in the States. Couple more job money cards here. These were the fortune cookie cards, by the way. These are another card. So deadlines here. I'm just getting like, time's up on something, as though you've given something a long time, too long maybe. And now you're going to follow up by moving forward. Okay, for a lot of you. So I'll just get a couple love cards here and see what's going on. I just heard love muffin, so I don't know if that's a nickname for some of you or what. Wow, this reading, I'll tell you, this is very I'm going to get a message from the universe regarding love, actually. And it doesn't have to be romantic love. It could be anything you love too. That's your baby. Let's see what we have. Messages from the universe by Sashui. That's the deck. All right. Okay, so if people are gossiping about you or spreading rumors, don't fall for it. No one is worth lowering your vibration for. So that even if that gossip part isn't relevant, if you're involved with somebody, just know no one is worth you lowering your vibration. See it for what it is, which is a reflection of their pain rather than the result of your actions. For some of you, I just heard that song, Why Don't You Turn Me Loose, Turn Me Loose. You're gonna need to turn them loose, right? Turning them loose, okay? That's what that is, again, with the tower and the devil and the death card. And it's just like you're seeing it for what it is, you're accepting it, and the way you're showing you accept it is by actually maybe cutting something free, cutting yourself free from something. And for some of you involved in love situations, things are, well, I'll get a zodiac card let's get a twin flame message card for some of you with a love. Mirrors, you're projecting your own fears and limitations onto me. So you could be dealing with someone who's doing that with you. You could be feeling their energy even if you're not still together. Card 8. This is about going within to understand that you're seeing make sure you know what's theirs and what's yours. And then you have mission. Card 7. So many 7s and 8s now. I've lost count. I think you have now 4 7s and 3 8s. So this is about you working and creating change and someone being very proud of you and what you're accomplishing. Okay. And this is about someone who's wanting your mission to work, and maybe they're wanting to help you with it. Nice. That's it. That's a nice message. That's the Intuit Twin Flame Oracle. All right, and let's get an angel message for you. I'd like to get a guardian angel message. So we'll get an animal card, and you already have numbers, so I'm not going to pull any more because you already have the quadruple 7s and the triple 8s. Practice. You just had this card, I think. It was either you or one of the other signs I read for on my other channel, Schoolhouse Intuitive Messages. Feel free to check that out, Schoolhouse Intuitive Messages. Brand new channel where I read for all 12 signs, including yours still. All right, so anyway, this is about everything you do either fuels your light or diminishes it. Okay, so each choice, every action, interaction, feeling, and thought carries energy. Practice nurturing your light consciously. All right, it ties right into this manifestation card. Good things are coming in. Our blessing is going to be our strength and our determination and drive, and keeping our intentions clear and avoiding people that you in situations that are lowering your vibration. Okay, those are the things we have working in our favor. And I think we already touched on what could be difficult this month, but we do have blessings coming in as well. For some of you, actually heard new car, so that's like kind of random in a way, but random yet not random. Okay, what else do we have? I heard something about guardianship. So either you're feeling like you're being guided by your guardian angel or others or guides, but there's also something about maybe you getting guardianship or something, or there's something about guardianship. Just that's what they told me, guardianship. So, and maybe news about that or something. Okay, and then yeah, that could be something that goes on for a while. I'm just letting you know. There's give me that too. And power animal, you have rhinoceros. This is the Britta Bowman Power Animals deck. Rhinoceros, rhino. So this is protecting your well-being and standing up for what you hold dear and embodying the warrior within. Total strength card energy, which came through multiple times in this reading. We also have camel. I'm getting, make sure you save something for yourself. Now, this could be about any of your resources. Your oh my goodness. Again, all about your perseverance. The card perseverance leads to opportunities with these 2 fortune cookies. You had strength card and chariot. That is perseverance leading to opportunities, bringing you in the direction where you want to go, where you are in charge. You have to remember you're in charge. That's another gift from spirit this month. So your perseverance will lead you to the waters of renewal and a lush oasis of opportunity. I cannot believe this. Look at this. So this card has perseverance and opportunity on it as your final card. And I just pulled these 2 Fortune Oracle cards, completely different deck, a deck by Sharina Starr. And you have perseverance and opportunities. So keep persevering. Your perseverance is what's going to lead to you being able to unlock this new door, to be able to close one cycle and begin another with that double world energy here, triple chariot, double strength here. It's just like remain committed. They're telling me like remain committed. You're so close. Remain committed. One more card here, another guardian angel card with by Britta Bowman, and you have rest. I'm also hearing though reciprocity, like make others give too. Like if or not make them, but if they're not going to be reciprocating in a relationship or something, then there's your answer. Then there's your answer, right? If you're not sure what to do, like reciprocity is going to be incredibly important because you can't just take it all on all the time all yourself. You can't be the only one working. You can't be the only one doing this or that, right? So this is about letting rest be a consistent practice in your life. Rest is not being lazy. Rest is, revitalizing, rejuvenating, and that's going to help you really continue to go forward strong. So this is create regular pauses. Give yourself time to nurture your inner world. By doing so, you establish a sturdy foundation of well-being and inner harmony. So definitely take care of yourself. I want to get a crystal card for you. This is the Daily Crystal Inspiration Oracle by Heather Askinosi, and I had one fall out, and it's hematite, ground yourself. That ties nicely in with that, you persevering and blocking others things out that are lower vibration maybe, and making sure you're giving yourself time to rest, commit to it, and trust your intuition here. We have amethyst coming through. Trust your intuition and hold your dreams closely, right? That's another thing. Dreams have to do with amethyst. All right, so let's get an Intuit Angel Oracle as your final card. Wow, that's way too many. We'll take this one though, whatever that one is. Azrael. So this is the angel of, card 18, the angel of everlasting life. Wow, okay. I don't think we've seen this one yet, have we? Everlasting life. If someone crossed over recently, I do get that you're getting like animal messengers from them. Okay, this is about someone it actually says it says crossing over. I hadn't looked at that yet. Comforting, some sort of comfort during that. So during transition, separation, and loss, Azrael gives you comfort and support and also helps you contact loved ones who pass. So call upon this angel Azrael to do that. And again, maybe coming through in the form of some sort of animal in some way. And again, that word, it is about transforming emotional pain too. And the word acceptance is coming in. So some of you are accepting something, if someone's passing or putting an end to something else in your life. And that is Scorpio energy. So, and by the way, happy birthday, Scorpios. So this month, as I post the reading, happy birthday, Libras. Not sure when I post it, but it might already be Scorpio season. So happy birthday, Scorpios. And also happy birthday, Sagittarians, which we will start at the end of November too. So wishing you all the very best. If you enjoyed this reading, and please subscribe. Just subscribe. It's free. Hit the like button for me. Thank you. Also free. leaving a nice comment helps. And do check out, my memberships. I do have memberships now, $3.99 to start now. We'll see what we do with that. But yeah, there are a few perks involved with that. And also it just really helps. It's a nice way to say thanks and support my channel, so that I can continue to do this. I would like to be able to do this full time. So that would help support that dream of mine I have. So thank you very much for all of you who do, who are members. I thank you all very much and appreciate all of you. And hello to my new members. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I'm just going to go on and thank and thank and thank. But anyway, thanks so much for being here. I'll see you in the next reading. And if you want to see where your other placements are, check out your other readings that I do for you on Schoolhouse Intuitive Messages. Thank you so much. I save all this for the end in case people don't want to hear it. So, all right, take care. Thanks.